The event is presented by Premier Boxing Champions, a triple header of fights, including a world title fight in the main event. It's promoted by Lions Only Promotions, run by Jermall and Charlo, and TGB Promotions, which is run by Tom Brown, of course his daughter Brittany Goosen Brown, and we certainly want to give them a congratulations on Dan Goosen being inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Long overdue. I want to acknowledge our partners at Barclays Center, Brooklyn Boxing, the new mecca of boxing here in New York City, where we will be there for the 20th time this Saturday on Showtime, 22nd time overall when you count Showtime and CBS together. Tickets for this event on sale right now, Ticketmaster.com. You can also get them at BarclaysCenter.com as well, and the American Express box office at the Barclays Center. Showtime Championship Boxing brings you Charlo versus Hogan. It's live, Showtime, 3-fight card. Comes your way at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time. We also want to let you know that we're going to be streaming the undercard fights as well. Showtime Championship Boxing Countdown is what we're calling it. It's a 2-fight card streaming live on Showtime Sports YouTube channel. You can also catch it on the Showtime Boxing Facebook page that comes your way at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 p.m. Pacific time. Now, the man who helped put all of this together, he's one of this sport's best friends. He's also the president of sports and event programming for the Showtime networks. He's Steven Espinoza.
Thanks, Brian. As Brian mentioned, this is our 20th event at Barclays Center, 22nd when you count CBS. That's far more than any other network. And I have to say that we've been at Barclays more than any other venue since Barclays opened. As many of you know, Barclays Center and the Nets have changed ownership. We've enjoyed our relationship with the previous ownership, and we expect to have a great relationship going forward. Anybody who's a fan of boxing in the New York area knows what Barclays Center has done for the sport, and we fully expect that to continue with the new ownership, so we're looking forward to getting back there again. This is Jermall's 10th fight on Showtime. He is a graduate of Showbox, his 4th fight at Barclays Center. We're proud of our history with Jermall, and we're proud to be bringing you what we believe is an intriguing card top to bottom. As Brian said, 7 p.m. countdown, live stream, analysis and previews of the fight card, as well as 2 fights. Middleweight division, Emmanuel Oline versus Ronald Ellis, a very good middleweight matchup right there. And then women's interim title fight at atomweight, that's 102 pounds, I believe, between Louise Houghton and Lorraine Villalobos. 9 p.m. on Showtime, 3 high-quality fights in the opener. Manny Pacquiao Promotions brings you Marlon Tapales. He's a former bantamweight world champion. He's riding a KO streak of 7 straight KOs. He'll be facing Ryusuke Iwasa, also a former world champion. This fight is guaranteed to be an all-action fight. This one has the potential of maybe stealing the show. We move into our co-main event with the U.S. debut of Chris Eubanks Jr. And we're thrilled that it is with Showtime. Of course, his father, Chris Eubanks Sr., has a history with Showtime. We were proud to be associated with him in his career, and we are proud to be with Eubanks Jr. as well. Chris's last 6 fights were at super middleweight. He's now returning to his natural weight of 160, and all 6 of his victories at 160 were by knockout. So he is certainly someone to be reckoned with, whether it's at 160 or 168. As for Matt Korobov, well, simply put, he's not a guy that anybody wants to fight. We've heard the dialogue around this fight. There are those out there who are questioning why in the world would Chris do this? Why do this fight? It's too tough a fight. It's too risky a fight. It makes no sense. Well, it does make sense. It does make sense if you're trying to build a legacy, if you're trying to do meaningful fights, if you're trying to elevate the sport. These are exactly the kind of fights that makes sense. And I give much credit to Chris Eubanks Jr. and to Matt Korobov for taking this very entertaining fight. In our main event, Jermall Charlo, what can you say about him? He is entertaining, he's charismatic, he is certainly, undoubtedly, one of the top middleweights in the world, and he's got a good argument in my book that he's the very best middleweight in the world. I think that the most effective thing that you can say about Jermall is that you never hear him called out. You never hear, or we'll say rarely, do you hear another middleweight call out Jermall Charlo. When it's time to plan fights, set up future schedules, all of a sudden there's a lot of amnesia going around. And the name Jermall Charlo doesn't get mentioned, and for good reason. He is the boogeyman of the division, but when he put a call out for a fight, a lot of guys did not answer. I will testify firsthand. There were many, many guys who did not answer that call. I give much credit to Dennis Hogan because he did step up to a fight that many others did not. We're expecting to see a better Dennis Hogan than we've ever seen before. He'll tell you that himself, fighting at a 160, at a heavier weight, and obviously feeling much stronger. So we've got 3 intriguing fights. We're expecting an all-action card. We'll see you on Saturday night.
Thank you, Stephen. I think the theme of that is, especially when you look at Showtime Championship Boxing, it is all about quality, as opposed to maybe content where others put on. You have a top card from top to bottom coming your way on Saturday night. Stephen mentioned Showtime Championship Boxing Countdown, where we'll be streaming those fights. He talked about the women who will be fighting in that first fight. And here today, all the way from Australia, who you will see in that first fight, is Louisa Halton.
How you going, everybody? I guess I'll just warm this up with some Bang Bang Lulu magic here in Brooklyn. I'd like to say that I'm really grateful to be here today and fighting alongside these great champions. I'd firstly like to say thank you to Elvis Grant, my boyfriend, manager, and trainer. He's got all the hats, so he's doing a hard job, and I'm grateful to be here. And I'd like to thank Al Heyman, Louis DeCubas Jr., and all the PBC crew for putting this show on and being this little woman on this great card. It's great to be here as a woman, and I represent all the women around the world, and I hope that I can light you guys up and put on a good show for you guys. That's my main goal here today and on Saturday night, and put on a fantastic fight for you guys that you guys are going to be on the edge of your seats, and I want to rock your socks. So I am far away from home, and I have 2 children at home, so I've been out here doing the hard work, and I know that's going to pay off Saturday night, and I know that you guys are going to really enjoy the show. Thank you to Showtime and Steven Espinoza for streaming this fight live so that everybody around the world can watch it. It's going to be great, and I'm super hyped, and let's do it Saturday night. Show you guys what Bang Bang Lulu is all about.
Thank you, Louisa. Now, getting to the television portion. Comes your way 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific time. First fight of the night that'll set the table on Saturday night. Bring up here the fighters. These gentlemen, 26-3, 16 knockouts. The former IBF junior featherweight world champion. He goes by the moniker of the Eagle Eye. Here is Ryosuke Iwasa.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryosuke Iwasa. I would like to say thank you for giving me opportunity to fight at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. He has really good skill. I know Marlon Daprez is a tough fighter and he has very good skill, but I also have skill and experience. I showed to everyone really good fight on Saturday night. Thank you.
And his opponent, again, 2 former world champions. This gentleman, 33-2, 16 knockouts as well. Ranked number 3 by the IBF, he's the former WBO bantamweight champion of the world. His moniker, the Nightmare, Marlon Tabalas.
Good afternoon po sa lahat.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Maganda po yung preparation namin sa training. Ready na kami sa laban. Maganda yung sparring namin. Maganda yung condition po ngayon. Yun.
I have practiced so much. I have worked so hard to get here today, and we're going to put on a good show for you.
Thank you so much.
And now the co-main comes to you in the middleweight division. This gentleman, 28-2-1 is his record. 14 have come by knockout. He's ranked number 3 by the WBA at 160 pounds. He's fought for the world title before. He is Matt Korobov.
Good afternoon. I'm so welcome here. Glad to be here in Barclays. Almost a year later, and so prepared, so ready to get this fight and get a good show. And everybody happy and everybody like to see. So I hope it's going to be a good decision. Thank you. See you Saturday night.
About that good decision, huh? See what you did there. And he's sitting next to Jermall, too. Oh, I like that. His opponent, making his U.S. debut from across the pond in England, 28-2. 21 have come by knockout. He's known as the next gen Eubanks Jr.
Well, I think that's going to be too hard to beat. Yeah, pro debut out here in the U.S. It's been a long time coming. It's been a dream of mine to come out here and perform for you guys since I was a kid. Matt's talking about the right decision. It will be the right decision. He will be stopped before the 12th bell. And I will go on to fight for the titles. I'm out here to take over the middleweight division. You know, anyone with a belt, I'm coming. WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO. I want all the big names. I'm 30 years old now. I've got 3-4 years left in the prime fight time, so I'm coming for all the belts right now. Matt Charlo is a great introductory fight for me to the US. And after that, it's over the season, so I'm coming.
Sounds serious to me.
Ellis? Now the main event. And we're going to stay in that middleweight division. We start with the challenger. 28-2. 1 draw. 7 have come by knockout. He's a world title challenger. Hails all the way from Ireland. Lives, though, in Australia. Says it's his destiny to become the world champion. He's known as the Hurricane. Dennis Hogan.
Let's get him, Dennis.
Thank you very much. I just want to thank Al Heyman from BBC. I want to thank TGBP, Tom Brown. I want to thank Showtime. I want to thank DP Sports, Peter Khan Advisory. I want to thank my whole team and my trainers, everybody. I want to thank Jermall Charlo for giving me this opportunity. It's been a quick 4 weeks since we were here for the last press conference. I've been training hard before then. I've gone to a whole new level in terms of what I knew I could accomplish and achieve in terms of training hard and smart. I've left no stone unturned, and I just cannot wait to get out there tomorrow night or Saturday night and make my dreams come true. So I thank everyone for all the support. I said, let's paint the town green. We're just about to do that. The support is here, ready to go. Let's make it a great fight. Let's go.
And now the champion. 29-0. He's undefeated. 21 knockouts. They call him the future of boxing. He is the WBC middleweight champion of the world. Man, you're wearing that hat today, too. He is Jermall Charlo.
First off, I want to thank my manager. I want to thank my team, Lions Only Promotions. I want to thank my twin brother. He's getting ready in 2 weeks right after me. I'm going to get right to it. I'm ready. I'm back like never before. You know, I got a tough Dennis Hogan. He's real confident. He's bringing Australia, Ireland. He don't know where he's from, but wherever he's from, we're going to take him back to Brooklyn. And look, it's going to be a show. Like, I'm ready for 12. If he can't take the shot, I'll flush him, put him out. It is what it is. Lions Only cover. I'm ready.
Okay, gentlemen, let's talk about your fights. And let's start with the first fight of the night. Ryusuke. You have only 3 losses. All 3, though, have come against southpaws. Marlon, he's a southpaw. Why have you had the issues fighting lefties? Will it be an issue Saturday night?
3試合、話すとは負けてますけど、戦うのは3分ありますが、土曜日、試合、どういうふうに思いますか？
はい、サウスポーは苦手なのは間違いないです。それのために、いっぱいトレーニングをしてきて、それを変えれたことを7日のリングで証明しています。
Yeah, kind of I know back to Southpaw. Yeah, but he just training very hard. So that's what we showed he showed everybody to I can't choose a good for example. So it's no problem.
Marlon, 3-0 when you fought here in the U.S. You're 2-0 against lefties, and you've knocked both of them out. Saturday, you'll be facing another southpaw. So will your unbeaten streak here in the U.S. continue, and will your knockout streak against lefties continue again on Saturday night?
Sabi niya po, yung unang tatlong malaban dito, puro knockout, puro tulog. Nitong Sabado, kaya mo bang patulugin ito?
Opo, gagawin ko yung maging 4. Kasi maganda yung preparation ko at yung training ko, yung condition ko maganda.
He said yes, I'm gonna this is my 4th knockout, and I worked really hard for this, so I'm gonna make sure that happens.
Now we get to the co-main. And man, you got storylines aplenty for this one. Got one guy making his U.S. debut. Got another guy coming down in weight, looking to get another crack at the world title. Chris, first fight here in the States, something, as you said, you've been wanting for a long time. What do you think American fight fans will be saying about you after you fight Korobov on Saturday night?
There's a new kingpin in town. There's a new guy on the block, and he's coming for anybody with a belt in the middleweight division. I've been fighting guys 20 pounds heavier than me for the last 3 years. Now you put me in a room of guys my own weight, it's gonna be savage, it's gonna be devastating.
Matt, last fight ended in a draw. A number of people thought you won that fight. Before that, you got a loss to Jermall, another close fight. How important is this one for your career?
I'm looking in the future, it's a really important fight. This past, just preparing for this fight real good. And I have a time, not a short notice, long notice, to be ready and to be prepared to get this title. I'll be ready Saturday night.
Chris, you were quoted in an interview saying, quote, "I believe Korobov is one style that will suit me. I think I will outbox him and then eventually get the stoppage. I want to take over the middleweight division. I don't believe Charlo is one of the best out there, to be honest." End quote. Do you still believe Saturday night will end in a knockout? And in your opinion, who is then the best in the middleweight division?
I mean, come on. Who do you think I'm going to say is the best? I'm down the middleweight, I'm the best. And as far as Korobov goes, it is a great fight. Both have the same record. I respect him. He's done a lot in the sport, but this is my time. I've worked too hard. I've done too much. I've been through too much to come out here and not go through this kind of. It's been, like I said, it's been a dream of mine for a long time to come out here and perform. I've had a lot of big fights, a lot of big wins out there in the UK, and now I feel like it's my time to come out here and introduce myself to the American public. So, Korobov, unfortunately for him, he's the one that has to bear the brunt of that. Charlo, great fighter, but he has the belt. He has a belt, so he's another one on the hit list. GGG, Canelo, all these guys, the big names. That's what I want, the big names, the big fights. I want to prove myself in this division.
Matt, do you think Chris?
Everybody been through hard things. Everybody been through a hard preparation outside the ring, in the ring. So we're all experienced guys. It's our job to be prepared and be ready, and whatever it takes to win this fight, no matter what.
Is he overlooking you? Is he too confident? Now we get to the main event. WBC Middleweight Championship of the World. Champion making a second title defense. Challenger coming up. Maul, you heard Eubanks. He said he's the best middleweight out there. He said you have a belt, and that was basically about it. Your response to that?
That's the same thing Dennis Hogan said.
4 of your last 5 fights been here in Brooklyn. You said you love fighting here at the BK and in Barclays Center. Why?
I love Brooklyn. I love the energy that I get from Brooklyn. It reminds me a little bit of Houston, a little bit, like the food is good, all my friends show up, family show up. This is almost the mecca of New York now when it comes to boxing, and I love Brooklyn.
Dennis, some believe you'll probably have the home field advantage Saturday night. Fellow Irishman filling out the Barclays Center. How will that help you in the ring come Saturday night?
I've always said that, when you have a big atmosphere for you, it's really like a third arm in the ring, it really gets you motivated, and have that support there has always been a big thing for me. But there's a lot of people here, there's going to be a lot of a great atmosphere, and I'm going to feel like I'm the A-side fighter on the night.
Maul, it's rare when we do these for your fights that you come right out and say that I'm going to knock somebody out. This week, on the media call, you said, quote, "I'm going to be explosive in Brooklyn, and once I hit Hogan flush, he's going to sleep," end quote. Why do you believe this fight ended in a knockout?
Because I believe I have something to deliver to Hogan that he has never seen before. I'm almost back to my most explosive days in boxing. And I feel great about my training. Training is awesome. Just the way I prepared myself to get this win and this victory, I feel like it'll be a lot more, enthused than you think it is. For sure that I hit on my flusher.
Dennis, your response to that and to others who say that Jermall too big and question whether or not you have the punching power to hold him off.
I mean, every opponent I have, everyone thinks they're going to knock me out. So it's like my coach Glenn says, it's not how hard you control them, it's how hard you can land them. And I think that's where people have had the difficulty with me, and that's certainly what I think is one of my best attributes. I remember the whole off fighters always. Once I land clean, people know that I mean business, and they don't tend to want to come in as much. I've done that super well while I was really dehydrating, and I can feel at least 20% extra power for a middleweight, and I can land. I'm very, very accurate, and you'll be feeling those punches. And whether he wants to come in and load up, then it's going to be another story. But again, we're both professional athletes. We're going to go out there and give the world a great fight, and one of us is going to walk away with the WBC belt, and I truly intend it to be me.
And Dennis, your toughness, your movement, the combinations you throw have given bigger, longer fighters issues. Do you believe that will be the case Saturday night with Jermall?
Yeah, I mean, taller fighters, I really like them, and I really feel that I have, it gives me more target, and it gives me more opportunity to be elusive and more variation. And so, obviously I use, with me being smaller, I use that to my advantage also. And unless you've had someone exactly like me, you don't really know what it is until you get in there. I've been told that by a lot of my old opponents, and I feel that would be a key element in this fight.
Mom, had a new addition, baby girl, added to the family. Congratulations. What kind of motivation has that given you, especially this coming Saturday?
Just give me another reason to stop this motherfucker. And keep talking all that. He thinks it's gonna be sweet. But I'm gonna show him like it is now. Talk all this and stop all that. You number 30. You know that. You know you number 30. Merry Christmas to you, Happy New Year's, to you and your family, and that's all you get. You come to Brooklyn, you come to my house, bring in your people to my house to see what I got. So you're gonna find out. There's nothing you can do, nothing you can say. All that talk, everybody say the same shit. So they get in there with me and then they got to figure out what is way different. You will see Saturday night. I don't want to talk about it. I want to do what I have to do in the ring.
Give you guys a final comment. We'll start with you, Dennis. For all the people watching, we want to tune in to Showtime Championship Boxing on Saturday. What should they expect come Saturday night?
I mean, you're going to see something explosive. You're going to see, two guys that truly believe they're going to win by the sounds of it. But again, only one guy can win. So when you see two guys going at it like that, it makes for brilliant viewing. It's very exciting, and I'm excited to deliver that to the public. So thank you.
Champ, we'll give you the final comment. You've not only got an opponent who says he's coming after you, you got a guy in the co-main who also believes he's the best and coming after you as well. Give you the final comment. What should people expect when they tune into Showtime Championship Boxing on Saturday night?
I wish you the best. I wish you the best. Get the best man win. Dennis Hogan, I'll see you Saturday night. Brooklyn, Barclays Center. Let's turn up. Let's set it on fire. Hey, it's going to be a good night of boxing. And that's all I have to deliver. Something that's explosive. Nice little.
Folks, it comes your way Saturday, December 7th. Showtime Championship Boxing, 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time. And don't forget, before the fights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific time, it is Showtime Championship Boxing Countdown. It's a 2-fight card streaming live on the Showtime Sports YouTube channel and Showtime Boxing Facebook page. Tickets are on sale right now. Gentlemen, let's face off.
Yeah.
Wait, can they get more centered? Yeah. Back a little bit. Yeah. Can we get a face off without the glove?
Right here. Back in the TV guys. I got it. Yes, please. All right, guys. Everyone right here
Get everyone
first.
right here, please.
Cameras in the back, guys. All right, perfect. Thank you, gentlemen. Leave it step aside. Please stay covered. Bring you guys to the next night. Here on my hand. Go back. Yeah. Pull it back. More forward. Pull that. All right, guys. Go right down here.
Right here, please. Right here.
All my shots.
Cameras in the back, guys.
Are we getting any of them with the glove?
Just
Okay.
all right. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate